Hi, long time no see. I started out this video a moment ago and I had to take a pause. I'm sharing something very intimate about myself. And saying the words out loud, it's been a while since I've said them. But in this place, it's feel different. It's different. So, an incredible thing happened in my life. Many, actually. But this one particular thing was very moving in my life as far as the healing. So I volunteered. I worked with a prison ministry several years ago now, thinking back. Time flies. But when I did this was my first time working with them. And it was for a men's unit in Waco, Texas. And it was an incredible experience. I went to lead worship. It was a Christmas service and we were doing blessing bags. And so we prepared 3,000 blessing bags for each offender in the prison. And it was a beautiful time, for sure. I was nervous as fuck. I will say that. I will say this is a trigger warning. Okay. I lost my virginity at 14 to a rape. And that added to the planting of the seeds of severe trauma in my life that I have had to heal from. And the trauma from that really affected my life and my life's decisions leading up to the last few years. I've done therapy, I've done meds, I've done sharing of my testimony in church. And it's always been a moment where I was led by God to do it. And I haven't shared on here in this capacity, in this space. I was definitely led to do this tonight. Here we are. Actually, I was led to do this 2 days ago, but here we are. Joking aside, I was terrified to do prison ministry, but it was something I felt like I needed to do. So I was going into this space of vulnerability to lead worship, to open up in front of hundreds of men who I had no idea of their backgrounds, their reasons for finding their way into those walls. But I knew I needed to do it for my healing and just to be able to experience something different. I love the people that we went with, and something I had to do. So getting through all the catcalling and the craziness, making our way to the chapel, that was okay, right? It was all right. But we got in there, we started doing preparations for the blessing bags. We prepared 3,000 bags for the offenders in the prison, and it was such a wonderful, wonderful thing that I got to experience. And I was preparing myself for, this vulnerability that I had to step into. So I play piano, I sing, I play violin. And worship is such a different experience spiritually. It is a connection that you can only feel to know that you're there and that you're connected with God as your creator. And I say it that way because there's other religions and other beliefs and faiths that exist beautifully out there and in here. But I'm not here to talk about that right now. What I am to talk about is what happened that night, that service. I can't even remember the song. I just remember getting down on my knees. I stopped playing, I stopped singing, and I looked up, and I was surrounded by angels. There were hundreds of men in all white, surrounded by me. Interesting, I said it that way, surrounded by me. That were surrounding me. And singing from the most beautiful, beautiful place to where their voices were just angelic. And the angels were there with us. And I found so much peace in a room full of men that were treated like animals. Earned their way to attending that service. The most respectful men I had ever met. When I was on my knees and I looked up, I realized that not only was I receiving healing, but I was also there to forgive. I was there to forgive. As I forgave the people that harmed me in my life, physically and mentally, I was also standing for all of the people that they hurt. Like a surrogate, like a conduit. These men didn't know, but I was standing in place of those that I knew that they wished could see them in that place. It was a huge moment in my life. And maybe somebody needs to hear about forgiveness tonight. Because I promise you, when you find that peace in your heart, in your mind, and you don't carry that shit with you, you're able to release. You're able to live your life. 10, 20, 30 years, you're able to see people as just broken people not everybody means to hurt others. Most of the time, it's out of their own wounds. That's why it's so important to heal. It's for you. It's for me. Life can be lived in beauty if you want it. I promise you it's worth it. I love you. Whoever sees this, even if it's just me, remember you're beautiful. And thank you